Well, y'all, I said it was coming, and here it is. My review of Ouija Shark 2. Bam! I had so much fucking fun with this movie. I don't give a fuck what any of y'all haters say. This movie was fun. Now, of course, this is the 2022 follow-up to Ouija Shark Part 1, directed by John Migliori, who also stars in the film. Ouija Shark is back, and no one is safe. Not on land, not in the water, and definitely not in the afterlife. I did not realize how big Ouija Shark was in Japan. This movie and the original, the Japanese fan base for this film is huge. In fact, on the inside of the slipcover, they actually included the Japanese cover for the film as the cover for the Blu-ray, which I found to be fucking awesome. Big pro for me, guys. Inside this set is, of course, a poster and an awesome insert. Wild Eye has been hitting it out of the park with these Blu-ray releases. Whether it's just the straight-up Wild Eyes or the visual vengeances, they're just really good. They're doing a really good job. Some of them have reversible artwork. This one just has a mural on the inside. Still dope. Absolutely love it. This movie is also called Ouija Shark versus Tarot Gator. And as you can see by the cover, there's a giant gator. Now, this film basically boils down to a action-adventure fantasy film that becomes a kaiju movie. More than a horror movie. It's not really a horror film. I mean, it is if you consider kaiju movies horror films, which I know most of us do. I'm just saying, like, it's not a scary kind of horror film. It's very much in the vein of the original. Fun, silly, and not meant to be taken seriously. You know, I don't remember if I mentioned this in my original review, but the budget on that film was only $216, $300 Canadian. And I don't know what the budget was on this one, but it's definitely bigger than that, I'm sure. They did a lot of cool stuff for this, for the Japanese release. It got released in Japan before it got released here. They did a theater release over there. They had a lot of press for it. And it was a pretty big deal. I mean, they got Japanese features on this Blu-ray. Let's see, Japanese promo video, Japanese Christmas message, Japanese theatrical interview, Japanese theatrical Q&A, North American Q&A, France theatrical promo. This movie, I think, got quite a bit bigger overseas than it did here. And for good reason. I see why people love it so much. I could see because I love it. It was awesome. I know that some people just call it a stupid shark film, and they say, oh, the special effects are terrible. You know what? Welcome to low-budget filming. If you think you're too good for that, go watch some other crappy movie that was spent, millions of dollars was spent on that was just as shitty as, you know, the independent films you hate so much. Now, getting on with my pros, this film has ambition. It's bigger than it should be. Its scope is bigger. Its want is bigger. You can tell that they exceeded their budget with their desire in this movie. That's not a bad thing. Sometimes it can be. It's not always. You can tell that they wanted to do even more. And they did set up for a part 3, which I'm absolutely all in for. And they did it in such a fashion that is just absolutely corny and hilarious. All the hell sequences are very fun. Extremely fun. Especially my favorite, and this is not really a spoiler on the plot or anything, just a slight little spoiler on what you might find in this movie. Guys, the devil and the bikini girls actually perform a musical number. Yes, you heard that correct. They stop everything and perform a musical number in the middle of this movie, which is fucking hilarious. I love that this movie turns into a giant kaiju battle, and they do a kaiju battle on a shoestring budget. You know, puppets, animatronic, CGI, crappy CGI, but still CGI. And in my opinion, for the price this movie probably cost to produce, I think they did a good job. I'm not too huge on CGI environments. They do use some in this one, especially for the hell sequences. But at least they look halfway decent. I love that there's a Lloyd Kaufman cameo. That can never be, overlooked in any film. Lloyd Kaufman is the godfather of cheap, trashy horror, and I love him for that. So whenever I see him in a movie, I'm always thrilled. I love that they do great, funny fourth wall breaks, and I absolutely love just that this is silly fun. Guys, you should check out Ouija Shark. If this kind of film is your cup of tea, if not, and all you want to do is talk shit about it, then avoid it, because, what's the point? Anyways, this is Bronco Juggalo saying thank you very much to Wild Eye. Peace out.